You know what you must do.
Dice chess!
Thank you, buddy.
Hi, my name is Tony Berard. I've got my new hookup here. That's a Sony ZV-1 camera you're seeing me in. I just turned my air conditioner off. That's right up there. And I have a fan that's over there. I've turned all that off. So the background noise should be down to basically zero. You can see behind me my gaming area. I don't have long enough cables to my computer yet. So I got a board you can see coming across the top. It's bungee corded to the bottom of my air conditioner. That's going to be when I do get my cables in the mail in a few days. I'll be able to run them from the camera up the top under there. So I'll be able to have a direct overshot board down there. So, but for now, we're going to play a game of dice chess. So here's the site, tonyb10000.github.io/dice chess with a capital D on dice and a capital C on chess. And then if you press enter, you'll get to this site here. So you can select the board size. We're going to choose 8x8, and you can choose the strength of the bot. If you click this, I got my mouse so big that everybody can see it, and it's purple, so it shouldn't. I mean, you could see it even across these reds and stuff. So, okay, so you can select the strength of the bot. I'll put it on Supreme. That's as strong as you can make it. And then you hit Start Game. And so here it is. So we're just going to play this game. All right, what do you got for me, bot? I'll do E2, C4. There, that can't happen in chess. And you can see here, this is the app telling you the different things. Oh, I have the sound turned off because it was double echoing with the camera picking it up. The camera's getting the audio from the app, but I am not. So I don't hear the little boop, 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 boop. I don't hear it. So I just have to watch it to see where it is. All right, so notice what it did. It went to here and it incremented. It probably, yeah, it looks like it decremented the 2 from a 3 to a 2 because this was 5, 4, 3 and this was 5, 4, 3. So it decremented the 3 to a 2 and it decremented this 3 to a 2. So it moved for 3 points, then it incremented the 2 to a 3. Decrement, decrement. That's what it did. What does that do? Well, it is in danger by, I could increment this to a 3 and capture it, or I can increment this one to a 3 and capture it. Why would I want to do that? Well, by incrementing to a 3, it's put me in check. Now you could see that 1, 2, 3 only goes to here. But on the next turn, if I don't capture it, say I move this up and move this up, I didn't address this. It could increment this to a 4 for 1 point and then move onto the king for 3 points, but then the capture is 2 more. So you get 6 points. So This is called a 1 AP snipe. It's in my book Dice Chess. The Phoenix Rises. It's on Amazon. It took me a long time to write that book. This engine, this V96 engine, is in the book in its entirety. So anybody that's computer science major or whatever can just look at it. It's in there. AI built it. All right, so we're going to address this check by incrementing this. You get to see me do the app. These up here is just the timers, so you're not missing anything from the app. So all of it is here. All right, so we're going to take that, and I already incremented, so that was my full 6 points. So now it's its turn. Notice it says panic kick. So now the width has gone to 125,000. So it's not the max because it can go to 250,000. But in certain situations, it gives its search beam a wider width so it can see more into the game. All right, so it incremented and then it captured back. So we're even Steven on material, and I'm in check again. So let us increment and capture. And notice it says calculating, so the bot is thinking right now. Also notice the check mark is turned on for the AI. I could turn it off and play both sides, but I'm letting the bot make the moves. All right, so what did it do? So this 4 had the range, but it didn't have the power. So it decremented the 4 to a 3 to still have the range, but now it also has the power. You have to have the range and the power in order to make a capture. All right, I don't have anybody else that can capture this 3. So now I'm going to have to block, which is fine. So I also have to be careful of this. This could, right now my 5, in order to capture that, I'd have to decrement it to a 3 to match the power, but that's too far away. But look at this. This 3 can capture my 5 if it could get the range. Right now I can only go to here. But if it incremented to a 4, it could capture my 5. So I have a defense from the 2, so I don't have to worry about that. But this 4, you know, is if it incremented to a 4, it took it, then my 4 is okay. So I would have 2 defenders of that, just pointing it out. Like if this was a 4 or something and this was a, not a 4, a 6. So if I had a pair of 6s here and this 5, then that would not be enough power defending my 5. All right, so I don't have anything to worry about here. So I can just block, and then I'll move this over. If you have this formation around your king, that's called a cave. If you don't have these 2 guys and you just have these 3 front, that's called the remora fish. You'll see it in the book. All right, so it crashed into here, so now it's putting me in check. So I will decrement and capture. So you get to see this completely live thing here, me using the app. It's the best thing I've had so far. It sure beats holding my cell phone. All right. So the bot did some stuff. In the other videos, the bot was decrementing all down to 1s and stuff. It's just horrible. I had to work with Gemini very, very long, months, to get it to play this good. This thing will kick you in the face, man. It took me a long time to get this bot this strong, so you won't be wasting your time playing it. This is a formidable opponent. Not a grandmaster, I wouldn't say, but probably maybe tournament level strength, maybe slightly less. 1,500, 1,400, somewhere in there, I would say. Alright, we'll capture and then decrement. That's one of the things that you can do in this game that you can't do in regular chess. Is you can alter the power of the piece after the capture or before the capture. You can adjust the range, you know. It's called the inner and outer shadow rings, I think is what I called it. The inner and outer shadow rings. Alright, so it recaptured, now it's my turn. So let's I guess we'll do that. And then that. So I went up and over. How's that for a knight move? Whoop. Some people might think that there's not knights in this game, but there are. So look at that. I moved him. So this was a pawn, right? I moved him up and over, and now this thing took. Now I'm going to capture backwards. And then decrement. So look what that guy did. He went up, over, and then he participated in a capture. So, yes. So now the pawn was here, now it's here, back on its home rank. So this game is much, much more versatile than chess ever wanted to be. Alright, so I'm going to show you the advancement score here. You can, if you there's a +1 rule. Alright, I guess I should say this. This is your advancement score. ADV score, advancement score. Right now it's at 16. And how is that? Well, your first rank, any piece on your first rank contributes 1 point to your advancement score. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any piece on your second rank contributes 2 points to your advancement score. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. You don't have to do all that math in your head. Like everything on the third rank is 3 points each, 4 points each, and so on. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, you don't have to keep track of that. You just have to remember the +1 rule. If you retreat a piece, which I will do right here, now my advancement score went down by 1. Notice it's at 15. The rule is that you have to advance your advancement score by at least 1 point during your turn. So by me retreating, I lost a point of my advancement score. That means I can't do any increments or decrements. If I increment this to a... Well, actually, I'll show you. The app will show you this was illegal. So let's increment this 1, 2, 3. Notice it's showing that I have an illegal turn. Well, if I say end turn, it's flashing red. Let me see. Okay, AS rule failure. So I can't do that. So you have to hit reset and take your turn again, because that was an illegal turn. So and notice my advancement score is back to 16 because it moved this back up to at the start of the turn. So we have to take a proper turn. So if you're going to backtrack your piece, you have to pay for it with at least a 2-rank advancement. So if I advance it to here, that's 1 rank, 2 ranks. You can't go left or right. That's not advancing your ranks. I have to have this piece count as 2 more than what it did. So right now it's counting as 1. Here it would count as 2, which is an advancement of 1, which would not pay for this retreat. You have to advance it 2 ranks. Now that's okay, and now it's black's turn. So by doing the +1 rule, I showed you how you don't have to calculate all that. And captures are significant events, so the advancement score doesn't apply to captures. All right, notice I have an open line of attack to my king here. I would bet that, I thought the bot would have taken action on that. Like, I guess it didn't want to break its own bunker. Notice it has a cave of 2s. I taught it to do that because if it's attacked by a 1, even if a 1 was here and it captured into it, these can decrement to 1s and fortify it. So 2s are your best thing. It gives you the best of both worlds for defense. It can handle an attack by a 1 and, So anyway, now this cave is taking up 5 of the bot's pieces, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 other pieces. And I have my cave, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 other pieces. So we're tied in the material sense. So if someone will win this game, there are no draws in dice chess, so that's a given. So you might think, oh, it's equal and it'll just peter out. No, there are no draws. So there'll become a change in the game at some point where you shatter your own bunker and you move your king because you have to keep satisfying this advancement score. So it becomes a point of, how far along can I get, before I run out of runway. If you have all your pieces on the back rank, whatever you have left of your opponent, then you've run out of runway. When it's your turn, you won't be able to advance. You can't go off the end of the board. So that person is done. All right, let's see, what are we going to do? I will advance 2 and backtrack 1. So I would like to maintain my bunker. Oh, it kicked this up to a 6. Let's see. So if my 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to plant what's called a landmine. So I'm going to advance that, and then I'm going to decrement it to a 1. So now I'm attacking this 6. So notice it moved the 6 up to get defense from the 2. So what am I going to do? I will advance. So now I'm attacking this 2. So I'm going to be a thorn in the side of this bunker. The 2 cannot decrement to a 1. I do run the risk of this becoming a zombie piece, but because I can increment to a 2 and capture into it, that's like awesome offense. So I'm threatening this to capture this 2 at any time I want, and it cannot capture me. So this is a very nice thing. It's called a landmine. So how many more points do I have? I have 3 AP left. So this tells you how many points you have left. So I can move another piece. What shall I do? I guess I'll decrement my 6. I want to increase my defenses. Okay, see what it did? It shattered its own bunker. It put a 2 here to attack my 1, and so it did that. So can I get here? So it has its lines of attack. So I can't attack from this side because it's got a guard here. So it turned its bunker into a more diffuse form. I can't attack along this line still because of this guy. I cannot attack along this line because of this guy. I cannot attack along this line because of this guy. I can't attack along this line because of that guy, and I can't attack along this line because of that guy. So what we call this type of defense is called a glacier. So it's a more abstract form, but you have to watch all your lines of attack. All right, so I can't get here. I could get there. I could go up and up. Then I'd be putting its king in check. But it would just capture me behind like this, so it's not going to be any good. So my landmine has run its course. So I guess I will take. And then we'll decrement this to a 2. Alright, so now it's the bot's turn. Of course, it recaptured. Alright. I am much more compact than the bot. Clearly. Who's winning? It's hard to say. We're almost in the part of the game called free fall. And that is where the two armies are going to pass by each other. Because this advancement score has to be continually satisfied, we have to keep advancing towards the opponent's back rank, whatever you have left of your material. And it could happen that we don't checkmate each other and we pass through each other, kind of like two galaxies that pass through each other. So, yeah. So if we go into free fall, then the material balance becomes less important. What's more important is to count how many more steps you have to go before you freeze out, as we call it, the great freeze out. And so by the bot having these pieces advanced, that could be a detriment because it has less runway. Notice I have the full runway of all of my pieces, and it has used up some of its runway. So if we're just counting the turns left to destruction, then I'm in a better position. So let us keep that in mind. So I will advance my 2. So notice I'm attacking this 6 and I'm attacking that 6. Oh, but it is attacking me. So let's do some adjustments here. I will decrement that to a 1. So now I'm attacking this 2 also. So this is a pure attack. I'm attacking the 2 and the 6. I'm not attacking that 6 because I can only increment to a 2. So this is the distance of my outer shadow ring. So this 6 is beyond my outer shadow ring. So I'm not attacking the 6. But I am attacking this 2 and I am attacking this 6. Alright. So I have 2 more points. So let's give myself a bunch of 2s. I guess I'll give this a 2 and this a 2. Now I've got my perfect cave. Alright, so it's attacking me and it has a defender. Yeah, I can't go anywhere along here. Up 1, over 1. Up 2, up 1, over 1. Up diagonally over 1. So I can put my 1 on any of these 4 squares, but it's covered by its 2s. So it could decrement and capture my 1. So I don't have a safe haven for my 1. So I can't turn this 1 into a landmine. So, do I want to defend it? I guess I will defend it. I'll move this up 2 and decrement by 1 and 1. So now I'm attacking this 2. So if it captures me here, I'll capture it here. And I'm still winning in the I don't want to adjust anymore, so we'll say end turn. You don't have to use all your points. All right, look what it did. I guess I'll increment this to a 2 and capture that. So it took back pretty quickly. And it still has all my outposts that my 1 could go to, so I can't make a make a landmine. I am winning in the advancement score department, though. Oh, we call this paying King Morton. There's another king on the board. There's the White King, the Black King, and King Morton. King Morton is the one who watches over your advancement score. If you can't pay the tax, meaning the +1 advancement score, if you cannot pay that tax, then King Morton executes you. So that's what we say there. All right, well, it has a couple of 6s, so I will I guess I will retreat and pay for it with a 2 square advancement. Now, if I had a 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I could put this king in check. Actually, it made a mistake. I can capture that too and decrement to a 1, and it lost a piece. So there, we're pretty far along in the game, and it finally made a mistake. So I will capture and decrement. Now I've won a piece. So look at that. Now it burned a lot of its advancement score. See now look, evasion route found, executing. So that was a major blunder on its part, and it knows it's losing now. Well, it's going to be a wipeout from here. So this incrementing to a 5 thing I'm going to do now. I'm going to advance to satisfy King Morton, and then I'm going to increment this to a 5. So now it's in check, so it has to move. All right, we're in the driver's seat now. So if I put this here, that pays for a lateral move. This is called a double check. If you can get a double check, then that's going to help you out a lot. So my 2 can go to here right now. If I increment this to a 3, then that king is going to be in check from the shadow of this 2. So I can capture this 6 and increment this 2 to a 3, I won't hit it yet, but if I increment that, then my 1 is still threatening this 2. It has to address the check. So see how I can capture and still put the king in check with my final increment. That is a tactic called well, I'm not sure I have a name for it. But anyway, so we're going to increment this to a 3. But look what that does. So it forced this to block the check. I guess I'll keep this wall here to defend my king. So we will decrement this to a 2. So now my king is behind this wall. So I will put this 5 here and advance my king. This is the ultimate insult. Almost makes me laugh. So I will tighten the noose. And advance the king. So it's not attacking my pieces. I could just take, but we're just embarrassing the pot at this point. All right. So if I get my 1 here, then that would put the king in check. My 2 here is covering this spot with its quantum shadow. I'm looking at all, you have to look at all the 2 square. So the king can go back 1 square and advance by 2 squares. So it can pay for a 1 square retreat. But my 5 covers all of its 1 square retreats. Laterally, my 1 covers that spot. Oh, so does the 5. So the 5 covers this, the 2 covers this, the 1 covers this. And if it moves the 6, it can't move its king 2 places. So I have all of this covered. So all I need to do is check it. So if I advance this 1 square, that pays for my advancement, and that should be checkmate. Yeah, it can't interpose because it would take 6 points to retreat, but it wouldn't be satisfying the advancement score. So that should be a checkmate. Let's see if it is. Yep, checkmate. So then you can click view the board. And so you can, like if you're going to take an image of this, you could hit the window snipping tool and then write up an article on it for our site. You can go to the log. You can copy the log so that you could post this into a shows all the game moves. Obviously this is more complex than chess notation. how far out that is. Number 13 here. It's just crazy. The complexity is just really awesome. So then you can, since this is already in here, you can see white 1, 1, 0. And you can import and analyze. And you have to tell it this was an 8x8 game. And then start the game. Oh, what happened? I lost my... Oh, I was supposed to hit analysis. Yeah, I lost the game now. I could reconstruct it. But anyway, so I guess this will end the video. So go to this site up here and have some fun. Smash that like button. This is a pretty cool thing I built for you guys. All right, have a great day.